Hey kids, Pastor Winston here. So, if we saw the last episode, if you haven't already, check out episode 5 of Peace Powers. A lot of stuff happened there, and as you can see, we're really coming to find out that Brickbrain and Frozen Fiend are lost. And actually, that's going to be our theme for this month that we're going to talk about. How do we love when we are lost? Because a lot of times we feel lost in life, or we talk to others who seem to be lost. And so we thought there was a good story that we could talk about that relates to that theme. And it's the story of Jonah and the whale. The story of Jonah goes something like this. We're not going to hear all of the story today, but we'll hear a good part of it. A long time ago, God came to a guy named Jonah and told him, "Go to the great city of Nineveh because they're doing bad things there. Warn them. Tell them they must stop behaving so badly." But Jonah didn't want to go. He decided to try to run away from God. So instead of going to Nineveh, he boarded a ship going in the opposite direction, away from Nineveh. After a while at sea, a huge storm came. Everyone on this ship was terrified and was wondering why this storm seemed to come out of nowhere. Well, Jonah started to think that maybe this storm was all his fault because he was running from God. So he told the people on the ship to throw him overboard, and the storm would quiet down. The ship crew did just that, and sure enough, the storm went away. Now, God didn't want Jonah to drown, so God provided a large fish or a whale to come and swallow Jonah up. Jonah lived in the belly of this whale for 3 days and 3 nights. Then Jonah prayed to God, telling God how much he loved God. After that, the whale spit Jonah up onto a beach and he walked toward Nineveh. Now, have you ever been asked to do something that you didn't want to do? Kind of like Jonah? Maybe your family members, your mom or dad or grandparents, asked you to do something that you didn't feel like doing. How does it feel when you don't want to do something? How do you feel after you've done it? I remember when I was little, the first time I ever mowed the grass with a lawnmower, I didn't want to do it. I thought it would be too hard. I was all upset. Eventually, I did the job, and I remember afterwards when it was done, I looked at how nice the grass looked, and I was proud that I did it all by myself. Has anything like that ever happened to you? There are many times in life when all of us have to do things we don't like or don't want to do. But oftentimes we make it harder by fighting against those things so much. We might feel better if we don't fight so hard. Remember that by doing hard things, that's often how we grow. And we do hard things because many of them are important. For example, people don't like to clean, but we like to have clean things: clean rooms, clean dishes to eat from, clean clothes. So we have to remind ourselves sometimes why we do difficult things. And remember that yes, there are times when we have to do work, but there are also times that we can play and to try to enjoy all the parts of life as best we can. Now, before we go, don't forget about your crafts this week. You're actually going to make a Jonah and the whale, kind of like a toy, out of clothespin and some supplies. So take a look there and join us too over Zoom. We can do the crafts together after the service if you want. Well, that's it, and I hope to see you again. Go Peace Powers.